Hey guys, Logan here. It's March 14th, 2016. I am 8 months and 2 weeks on testosterone today. So, my video today, I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. It's just going to be about respecting people's pronouns and what happened at my top surgery consult. So, first I'm going to start off with the respecting of the pronouns. Like I said before, I am 8 months and 2 weeks on testosterone. Basically, I'm ranting about this so much because of the simple fact that I feel like I really shouldn't be getting misgendered anymore. Simple as that. And really, I don't really get misgendered by anybody in the public. You know, like strangers, people at work, nothing like that. It's more a thing of friends and family, which is the reason why I'm making the video about respecting pronouns is just for the simple fact that I know I can't really go, I mean I can, but I'm not trying to start an argument or make anybody, get upset with me for bringing it up. So basically this video is to kind of hopefully shine some light on pronouns and how you respect people's pronouns, which is I go by he and him. I've mentioned in multiple videos before. So I feel like that's what you should be calling me. You shouldn't be calling me she or her. So basically, I'm just going to go on a rant about how I have a great support system. Everybody really is supportive about my transition, but just can't seem to respect my pronouns. So, and I mean, don't get me wrong, in my family I have 3 or 4 people that try to respect my pronouns at least. Could they do better? Probably, and maybe I expect too much out of everybody. But I feel like if society and people out in the world can get the right pronouns down, I feel like my family should be able to too. I felt like the longest it should take somebody in my family or friend group to get the right pronouns is maybe 4 months. 3 is really where it should be around, because I understand it takes time to adjust. But I feel like by being 8 months on T and my voice has dropped greatly and I just have so much, so much support and everything, but yet I still get misgendered. Like I feel like I live a double life because I go to work and I am, have the right pronouns. I, go to dinner and a movie and I still get the right pronouns, but I go and I see my family and friends and I don't get the right pronouns. And it really pisses me off, and I hate to say that because they support me with it, or at least they pretend to support me with it, but they just can't seem to get the right pronouns down. So that's why I'm making this video, is simply for the fact, it's just simply for the fact that I want people and family members to realize how much the pronouns really mean and what danger you can put somebody in if you don't use the right pronouns. That's plain and simple. That's how it is. So I don't know if I've said the statistics before, but basically 1 in 18,000 cisgender people that's like the ratio for murder, okay? The ratio for transgender people being murdered is 1 in 12. 1 in 12 transgender people are murdered. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's like 2 people in a classroom setting of 24 students is going to be murdered for it, like that's how I look at it. And I know it doesn't go exactly like that, but I feel like that's a very high number. Get down, boy. That's a very high number to have on something, that I read a comment on a video the other day about the 5 transgender people in the States. I can name at least 25 transgender people in Indiana that I know of. Okay, so that really pissed me off whenever I saw that. But then you have to think about it, and sorry, I kind of got a little off topic there. But what I'm trying to say is that pronouns are a big part in transitioning. And I hate to be like this, but I'm just gonna have to start being an asshole to, like, everybody. If you don't use the right pronouns, like, I'm not going to talk to you and I'm going to call you out on it. You know, I shouldn't be 8 months on hormones and still being called she. I feel like, friends and family just aren't really trying to understand, or are just, just ignorant about it and don't really care. But that's not how it should be. Okay, like, I don't go up to Jessica and call her a him, because that's not how I am. Like, she goes by her. She is, you know, biologically a female, but I also don't go up to a transgender person that is biologically a female, but goes by him and is on hormones and has a beard and everything, and call him a her. You just don't do it, Like, there's no reason for me anymore to be called a her or a she. I go by him and he and him. There's no reason for me to be misgendered anymore. And, like I say, my family and friends are great supporters. But I feel like by 8 months, I should not be called that anymore, and especially in the public eye. I have 2 stories to go along with this today, and, one of them is, makes me feel good, kinda, and then the other one really just got to me and really hurt me. And I don't just mean, like, hurt my feelings. Like, it actually really, really got to me, and I probably will never be able to let it go. Because it really, really aggravates me that I have went through and, make these videos for people to help understand, and I've answered questions from friends and family. I have went to the extent of trying to prove to them, all sorts of things, and they just don't understand it, or they just choose not to listen and, go by what I'm saying. Okay? So, I mean, like, I feel like I really shouldn't even have to be making this video now, but I do, because there's just people that just choose not to, not to even care. Like, okay, so the first story that I'm going to say is, probably about, I think, 2 weeks ago. It was probably about a week ago now, actually. It was the weekend that I had my consult. But anyways, I went down, I had a great time with my friends and family. I got to see a bunch of friends, I got to see a ton of family. I had a great time, I enjoyed myself. But there was one small problem that I had, and that was just being misgendered. Even in public. Okay? So, we were, getting ice cream, and the person in front of me ordered his ice cream, and the cashier, she goes, "Is there something else I can get for you, sir?" And he goes, "Whatever she wants," pointing back at me. Like, this cashier, like, she saw me, I had already been talking, I'm sure she probably felt I was a male, but for some reason, he chose to say female. I'm sure that had her pretty effing confused, okay? And that really hurt me, because you're in public, that first of all, you never know if someone could have an issue with it and you use the wrong thing, but then they hear me talking and they see me, and then they're like, no, there's no way that that's a female. So then they have an issue and they're transphobic, and you won't even know that they follow us to wherever we're going next. And then, you guys go inside, and then, if I have to go to the bathroom and I go to the men's room, and then you just, kind of see that. And then this transphobic person has followed us everywhere for the past 3 hours, but has finally found a chance to come beat the shit out of me. Like, how would you feel if you're in that situation? Like, how would you feel if you knew you had so many people out there in the world hating you? How would you feel? There are so many transphobic people, and I don't even see what their issue is, Like, especially with the whole transgender bathrooms. Like, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine, but you're not really stopping any pedophiles, okay? Like, that was the whole issue, was that transgender people were acting like they're pedophiles. That's what got everything started, was some person was acting like he was a woman, transitioning so he could go in the women's room. Okay, for starters, you have stalls in a women's restroom, okay? So you really have to be looking out for that. And in my experience as a trans man going into the men's restroom, I'm not looking at anybody else. I'm going in, I'm going to go to the urinal, I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to get out. Okay? Because I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm already in territory that I am scared as shit in just to go to the bathroom. You know, like, that's just one thing that you really just don't want to feel whenever you're going to the bathroom, is that you have somebody, you know, waiting outside, getting ready to, you know, stomp your ass. No, you shouldn't have to feel, you know, scared to go to the restroom. And I agree that women shouldn't have to feel that way either, you know. But you're not stopping anything by having a separate bathroom for transgender people. You're really not. Like, even as myself, if I can walk into a men's room and I can pass as a male and go to the urinal, don't you think somebody could act like a female in the women's room? I mean, to me, it just kind of sounds stupid. You know, some idiots ruin it for everybody else. Transgender people are already singled out. Why do we have to be singled out and have a separate restroom? It's ridiculous. I mean, you can think whatever you want to think, obviously, but in the end, like, this is just my opinion, but you're really causing more issues by having a separate bathroom like that. Like, a real transgender person is not going to come in and try to peep through the stalls. You know, we're scared as it is. We're trying to just go to the restroom, get our job done, and leave. We're not trying to peek at somebody else's penis while they're using the urinal next to me, you know? Like, I go into a restroom and I am looking down, and I see the urinal, and I go, or the stall, whatever I gotta do, but I don't talk to anybody. I keep my eyes to myself. I don't, you know, I just go in, I do my thing, and I leave. And that's exactly how it should be. There's no reason for me to have to start looking around at somebody else, because that right there is exactly how you know a pedophile from a true transgender person. A transgender person is not going in to do that, you know. You mainly observe, you know, but you don't observe like that, okay? You're not trying to get up in somebody else's business when you're already scared as it is to go to the restroom. It just doesn't happen like that. So, just pronouns. That's the main thing. Okay? Just respect pronouns. That's all I ask. If you don't accept me for who I am, use gender neutral pronouns, or just call me by my name, you know? Logan is a gender neutral name. So, next thing is top surgery consult. It was amazing. My surgery is scheduled for June 16th, 2016. So that's only 93 days away. I'm 3 days away from being 3 months from surgery. So that's going to put me at 11 months whenever I actually have my surgery on testosterone. So, I mean, I'm actually speechless about having surgery because I am so excited and ecstatic, and I just have, like, all these emotions running through. I'm just so excited to be able to get my gender marker changed, be able to, you know, finally feel very masculine. You know, wearing a binder sucks. I go through them, they rip really easy. It's just, they're a pain in the ass, okay? Surgery is only going to end up costing me like $5,975, which I say only, but I say only because of the simple fact that a place in Chicago was wanting $12,000 to get these removed, okay? That was very expensive, and I couldn't do that, and so I continued looking for surgeons closer, maybe in Indiana preferably. I actually found one in Carmel, Indiana. I, messaged them, and they got me in for a consult on March 7th. I went in. They were very nice. I was already uncomfortable. I knew that they would have to take their pictures, and they would have to, do all sorts of stuff and everything, and I'm just, very uncomfortable. I hardly even like walking around shirtless at home because of Jessica, so I feel like I should, it was just very uncomfortable for me to show some stranger I don't even know my fat and titties, so They were very, 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 very nice about it. They were, you know, you didn't really see much reaction out of it. You know, they weren't like, oh, he's fat, he's got boobies. You know, they were conservative about it. They were very nice. They made me feel very comfortable and welcome. Um, they do like mainly breast implants, and they had like one of those silicone things. They sat it in there. I'm sure they show it to different people, but like they had walked out and we were in there watching this video, and of course I'm not paying attention. I'm playing with this thing. I'm throwing it up, you know, throwing it to Jessica. We're playing catch, you know, just it kind of helped relax the moment because I was already nervous as it was, and then they made me feel less nervous, and then you know just kind of brought my tension down. So that really helped out. But I'm just so excited to be having my surgery. So that's all this video I have. I hope you guys learned something about pronouns. If you know anybody going through transition, anything like that, any questions that you guys have regarding pronouns or transitioning in general, please ask. Don't be the one to just jump to judging, please. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it around. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.